I sound so excited to be here this morning, Russ.
I am enthusiastic. I'm burning with enthusiasm.
Indeed.
Coming to you from the pop-up studios of Beer to Whiskey on the taproom floor of Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX as the cool kids call it, on South Lawrence Street in glorious downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Big John and Five, where I get my good buddy here, Big John Richards, our resident certified cicerone, who picks out a beer from one of their 22 taps or hundreds of cans and bottles that they have in their retail store that you can probably see behind us here. And we sip and we sniff and we kibitz, and John tells us a little bit about the brewery. Sometimes we get a little brewing history. And with the foreplay out of the way, John, what do we got?
I sound so excited to be here this morning, Russ.
I am enthusiastic. I'm burning with enthusiasm.
Indeed. Well, we're starting light. We're starting easy. We're doing Burial Innertube Lager. It's one of their seasonal beers, and it's a pretty highly anticipated beer last couple of years. I think it's just been a couple of years that I've seen it. Burial's probably 10 years old now. I think they opened up while I still had the old growler station.
Is that
open.
right?
Yeah. They came in and put a sticker on my table.
The good old days.
Yeah, seriously. But they're doing some really fun work up there, and of course getting some nationwide recognition for some of their great beers. And this is just a 3.5%. They call it a light lager, so it's, light calorie, light everything. I have not made any attempt to discover the recipe, but I'm sure it's cut with either rice or corn because it's so clean. It is just, it's this wonderful, easy day beer, which I think is crushable, you might say.
Do we know what the ABV is?
3.5.
3.5.
I think I said that already, but
Very crushable.
yes. Yeah, that's me.
You may have said it.
Innertube. It's a float for floating down the river, Russ.
I wasn't paying a bit of attention. I have other things on my
Sometimes that
mind.
happens. It's our first episode of the day. Russ is still trying to figure out whether things are working or not.
Yes, including me.
Either of us.
Yeah.
Let's jump right in and take a sip, Russ. It's no use dallying over this.
I agree. Text Miss Lily.
Come on. Yeah, still sticking your nose into it, and you can smell a little bit of the cereal. That very
getting a little
light,
piney.
that saltines crackers. You getting some pine on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. There's a little touch of that in there. A little bit of forest, I guess. You didn't take a big enough sip, Russ. That's just so clean. It's just a little bit of sweetness. It lingers with a little bit of the grain, the kind of white bread or saltines crackers thing. But it's just super, super clean on the finish.
And it just disappears off your tongue.
Yeah.
It's gone.
And there is a touch of bitterness, a crisp feeling left with me, more than a really bitterness of any kind.
Right.
But it's so crisp and easy and clean.
You could bathe in this,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think.
I suspect someone has. It wasn't me. I don't bathe.
It's still young. The day's still young.
True enough.
Boy, what a great summer beer.
And this is, orders of magnitude better than any of the macro light lagers. I mean, even as far as just being clean and easy, I think it is. Some of the other big guys have more harsh flavors than even this does. It's a slightly more expensive beer, but I think it's like a $10 six-pack. It's not like it's exorbitantly expensive, and it is just absolutely delightful. I think it is
They ought to put delightful on the can.
delightful. This is absolutely one of the best, real light lagers I have ever had.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. There's just enough flavor in there that you know you're drinking a beer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting still without being harsh or grabbing your attention in any way. It's just, it's nice. What else you got?
I'm just sitting here thinking about it when you said crackers. Now that I've had a couple of sips of it and it's sat on my tongue for a while, I would agree with that.
That's one of the things that I talk about that everyone that I learned from other people with especially very light beer. Pilsner does it a lot too, all the way up into Pilsner, where the malts will give this like a saltines crackers or white bread or something like that.
Right.
And I talk about a beer tasting crackery, and I discovered at some point that I needed to just throw the saltines part in there first.
Yes. Good thinking.
Yeah.
Good thinking. I don't know if you mentioned where Burial is.
I don't know that I did. Burial's just up the road from us in Asheville, and one of our neighbors, which is why they came down and stuck a sticker on my old shop.
Right.
They when they first were getting started, but they're a neat brewery. And when I first talked to those guys, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna brew, Euro lagers, and that's it." And I was like, "Okay."
They're doing more than that now.
They are certainly doing more than that now, and they're doing some really. I mean, they've gotten famous for their hazy IPAs probably more than anything else. Although they make a big dark beer series, skillet and griddle and the like. And if you get it in the brewery up there, you can get a skillet donut, and they they pour you the beer, drop a donut hole into it.
That would be worth it.
Magical.
We'll have to run up there and do that one
Yeah.
day. Anything else?
Yeah. Let's send these people on their
Let's
way.
wrap this thing up. So damn lucky. See you next time.